to this patch notes stream. This should be fairly boring because we're just going to go down these patch notes, but there is a lot in here. I think it's really going to change the way that Overprime patch is going to go into effect sometime tonight. If you're so, let's go through. So Wukong, I'll talk about him at the end. I'm a little concerned about his implementation, but talk about that later. So they added 6 new skins. They had teased these skins. I had thought that they were going to be added like month-to-month basis. I didn't know. Patch. We got this pretty cool Muriel skin, which I think is brand new. They're calling this a rare skin, so it should cost like. What's up, Oda? What's up, Easy Peasy, Neurona, Sean Connolly, Soul Reaper? How you guys doing? Got the Sparrow, the native Sparrow, the Barbarian Sparrow, whatever you want to call it, and Twin Blast. These are all epic asset skins. This Muriel skin, I don't think asset. I'm gonna have to go back through. And we got heroic skins. We got Wukong, Sereth, and Decker. The Wukong skin looks pretty good, but this is just concept art. And the Sereth finally getting a skin. Finally, it doesn't look like it's changing her model a whole hell of a lot, but her mace looks so pretty cool skin. It's just nice to see something. And I think the coolest skin out of the entire batch, this like cyberpunk Decker skin. I'll definitely. Well, I won't. I wouldn't say I'll definitely be picking that one up, but I haven't been playing Decker like I used to. When I support now, I mainly prefer either Muriel or Narbash, but Decker is still a pretty. And then the sale of the winter holiday skins ends, so you can no longer buy the Snowbell Shinbi, Snow John Rampage. A lot of people ain't going to care about that. Balance changes. Here comes the big ones. So kill and assist XP gain adjusted. Before it was 25%. Now it's 20%. So you're not going to get as much experience from killing somebody or assisting them. So that's going to be far less common. If you do rotate out of your lane, ankle, you get the kill. You're not going to be rewarded as much. So I've always felt that death balling was to punish it pretty hard if you get coordinated. Now it's going to be punished super hard since people aren't going to be gaining as much from as they. This is a nice change. Seems like a lot of these changes are leaning more towards introducing, introducing more MOBA elements. You know, it's kind of Overprime is a mixed third-person shooter and a MOBA. It's starting to tip the scales a little bit more than the brawler. Voices cutting in and out. Let's see. Like it should be good. Things reading good on my end. Yeah, maybe it's just my internet or something. Oh, I do have dropped frames. All right, we'll carry on. If my audio keeps cutting out, just so for the dev comments, they're saying that the XP gain rate in sprint mode have been heavily impacting the outcome of games because of the high XP gain from hero kills and assists. Players have been frequently sprinting to lanes to fight and then quickly returning to their lanes. Yes, 100%. If you've ever played Overprime, you know that's how you play. I don't think it's going to be that way anymore. We believe that the ability of teammates to quickly participate in fights has been too impactful in the outcome of the game, so the XP gain from kills and assists has been decreased. So I think this is a pretty good change. It's going to discourage the 5-man rotations to duo lane. And then sprint mode, movement speed adjusted. Before it was 30%, now it's 20%. So you're not going to be able to rotate as fast. I'm glad they didn't just straight get rid of sprint. I was afraid that they were going to do that. I really like having sprint mode. I think it's a fun mechanic to play with. Reducing the speed of it, I think, is decent. Along with some of the other changes that we'll get to here in a little bit, it's really going to punish you if you rotate to another lane and don't get a kill. If you get a kill, it's still probably worth it because there's more to getting a kill than just the gold and the XP. Also, it's a bit of a psychological game. You get to scare that lane a little bit. But yeah, this is definitely it's definitely going to impact the way you play this game. The portals from the you got your long portal from off lane to duo lane, and then you got the short portal from Prime Spirit Guardian to Prime Spirit. Yeah, Prime Guardian and Prime Spirit, as we call it, the short portal. This is before it was a 1 minute cooldown whenever somebody took it. Now it's a 2 minute. So people aren't going to be able to rotate using those portals nearly as often. And this is also the portals are used in many cases as an escape tool. So you're really going to have to be cognizant if those portals are up or not, because usually they were up. Like on a 1 minute cooldown, they're almost always up. You can always take them to escape. Now you're really got to take a look at your map. You can see on the map if it's green, then the portal's available. If it's grayed out, then somebody has taken it. You really got to pay a little bit more. Lift my mic. I did do that. Did that help any? I don't know what the hell is going on with my audio. I didn't change anything. And they were saying dual lane heroes have been pressured by enemy heroes that can quickly join fights due to the short cooldown of the portals. So they changed it up. So nice. Now this is probably the biggest one. The Tion with what they call minions balance changes. Movement speed adjusted from 560 to 615. So I've been hollering about this forever. The minions need to move faster. The way it is right now, you could push your wave up, back, back all the way to base, spin, get back to lane, and you won't even lose a minion wave. Or you can push a lane up, rotate to another lane, gank it, come back, and they're still there. You don't lose any XP, any gold. With the minions moving faster, they're going to push into the tower faster. And if they push into the tower faster, then you're going to lose out because the tower's going to. You're not going to kill those. So if you rotate unsuccessfully, you're going to be very punished. You're going to come back. If you rotate at like level 4, you're going to come back to like a level 5, maybe even a level 6 mid laner while you're still at level 4 because you rotated for a kill that you didn't get. So this is going to make farming and the laning phase a lot more important, a lot more impactful. Prime. Is it all good now, Medkit? All right. And then the dev comments pretty much just say the same thing. And the minion damage to other minions. Before, the melees dealt 200% damage, ranged 100% siege. Now the melees will deal 400% more damage to other minions, not heroes. Range will deal 200%. Siege will deal 200%. So, what that's going to affect is going to make them clear each other out a little faster. So again, you're going to miss out on that golden XP because the minions are going to be killing each other a hell of a lot faster. So all of this is being done to discourage all the rotations. It's not going to discourage every rotation. You're still going to need to rotate, but you could punish people for rotating a lot harder. Then the minion execution HP ratio has been adjusted. Before it was 30%. Now it's 35%. So they did this because the minions will be killing each other a hell of a lot faster. It's going to make it a little harder to last hit. So they just adjusted it a little bit to make it easier for you to last hit with them killing each other fast. I don't think this is necessary. I'm not a fan of the X mechanic in general. Like I think that's part of playing a MOBA is learning your hero's executions of minions and being able to farm up better than other people. I know a lot of people disagree with that sentiment. I understand where they're coming from, but I just think that it's just such a big MOBA thing, last hitting, like knowing how to last hit. Still some audio hiccups. What's going on? Hey, let me check to make sure it's using the right mic and everything. Yep, it's using the right mic. Everything looks fine on my end. It doesn't look like it's cutting out or anything. What's up, Bloodhunter? What's up, Raven? Red Clown, Sean Connolly. How you guys doing? The Super Siege Tion The super minion and siege minion size increased by 20%. So the super minions of the siege minions are just going to be way bigger. So you can identify them a little easier in the lane, and it lets new players know that they are important minions to take. I guess bigger is always better. So the other thing that they're changing is the super minions, their weapons will glow. So you definitely know that that minion is something special. It's going to be way bigger, but have a glowing weapon. People are going to know that they defeat that thing. That's going to be a little bit, hopefully it'll communicate to them that it's going to be a little bit harder to kill. Plus your count scores. Shadows love that. Is it still cutting off? What the fuck, man? Advanced audio property. Windows set all that stuff up for me, so I don't really know what's going on. I'm going to have to go back and look at this. Let's see. Properties. Advanced audio property. I don't even know how to fucking say. I don't know what's going on. Everyone blame Windu. But the thing is, I haven't messed with it since we set it up, so it's been like this constantly for never. Maybe I'll turn up my gain. There we go. Turn my gain up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help out a little. Let's see. Tower balance changes. All building damage increased by 10%. So you're going to be taking 10% more damage from towers. So tower diving is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to be punished a hell of a lot more, which I know a lot of people were asking for, and so you got it. Let's see. This one is a weird one that I don't know if I like it or not. Spirit buff adjusted. Prime Spirit summon condition changed. Before, a random element Prime Spirit would appear every spawn. Now, a random element Prime Spirit appears upon the first spawn, and that same element Prime Spirit continuously spawns. So I don't know what to think about this. So what it seems like this is saying is that every game that you enter will have a different element for the Prime Spirit. However, that element is going to be the same throughout the entire match. So if Earth Spirit spawns first, then you're just going to have all Earth Spirits. If Fire Spirit spawns first, then it's going to be all Fire Spirits. This is going to be weird. This is going to be a strange one because there are definitely heroes that benefit more from certain elemental buffs than other heroes. Narbash is the one that came to my mind because if you have the mana buff on the Water Spirit gives a mana buff. If you have that on Narbash, then you could just, like, 2 of them, then you could just heal like crazy. So if you get 3 mana spirits on Narbash, game's over. Like, you're just going to be healing everybody through everything. So I don't know. Then the, like, Earth Spirit, can you imagine Rampage with fucking 5 Earth Spirits? That's nuts. That's insane. He'll be damn near unkillable. Then Fire Spirit's going to have carries just going crazy. I don't know about this, but I don't know about this at all. Like, I understand that people don't like some of the RNG involved with the Prime Spirit buffs. Like, one team would get pissed that the other team got the Fire Spirit, and then all they got was a Wind Spirit or something. But I don't know. And the way they justified this was so that it's easier to build around, so you know what you're going to be getting, so you can build around that with your items. Like, if you know that you have all Water Spirits, then you know that you don't have to build as much health and mana regen. I guess that's one thing, but man, it just seems like it's really going to benefit some heroes over others. I don't like this change. Hopefully this gets reverted sometime in the future. We'll see. Yeah, you don't know till the match starts, so it's not like you queue in and you know that Earth Spirit is going to be the one to spawn, so you know who to pick. You know what I mean? Uh, all right, now some balance adjustments to some items. Pendant of Confinement, we knew this was coming. It's getting adjusted. The cooldown reduction that you get from Pendant before is 15%, which was, I think, the highest in the game as far as items concerned. I think there might be one other that gives 15%. Now it's 10% cooldown reduction. Max mana stat removed, so you don't get any more mana from building Pendant of Confinement. The item's passive cooldown adjusted. Before it was 5 seconds, now it's 10 seconds. So if you don't know what the passive is, it would deal extra magic damage in an area and slow on basic attack after you use an ability. So, and the item's passive magical damage adjusted. Before it was 150, now it's 120 for a melee basic attack and 60 for a ranged basic attack. So it's going to be less effective on ranged heroes. The item's slow effect, before it was 30%, now it's 30% if you're melee, 15% for a ranged basic. And the item component mana gemstone removed, and the price has been dropped from 2,900 to 2,800. So, with Pendant of Confinement, if you don't know what the problem was, it gives you a lot of magical tank in the early game. Especially, it was especially good against the more annoying heroes, Gadget and Wraith, because they could just poke you out of lane. But with Pendant of Confinement, they couldn't do that because you had a bunch of magical armor from the pendant, but you weren't losing that much damage because of the passive effect of the pendant would give you a little bit of burst. So you didn't lose much wave clear, you didn't lose much damage on the enemy hero. All you did was just gain a lot of magical armor. So I think people will probably be looking for something else that would counter those heroes while still giving them a little bit of damage. I don't think there is anything else. I think this item will still be good against them. However, people will probably be building this a lot less against other heroes like the Fae, Bellica, Shinbi, Gideon. Pendant of Confinement was like kind of the first pick for a lot of people. It's between Pendant of Confinement and Spirit's Teardrop, which I'm surprised didn't get nerfed. But I don't know. You still get some effect from this, and it seems like you're going to get a hell of a lot more effect on it if you're running Countess mid lane or Shinbi mid lane. Sweet Life, another major offender that a lot of people were taking advantage of. I didn't think it was that big of a problem, but the max health has been adjusted. Before it was 600, now it's 500. Again, this was one of the highest health items in the game. It's just been adjusted a little bit. And the item's recovery effect cooldown adjusted. Before it was 5 seconds, now it's 20 seconds. So what Sweet Life would do, if you got a kill or an assist in a team fight, it would give you, I think it was 2 or 5% of your max health and mana back over 5 seconds, something like that. Not exactly 100% sure. It would give you health and mana regen whenever you got a kill or an assist in a fight, but it would only proc every 5 seconds. So with a fight going 30 seconds, this thing would proc over and over and over again, and you would just stay healthy in the fight. Now it's down to 20 seconds, so you may get 2 procs out of this during a fight if you get it to proc at the very beginning and then towards the end. So it's not going to proc as much. I think people will still be building Sweet Life. One of the starter items for Sweet Life, one of the component items, is Brightstone Gem, which is a 400 gold item that gives you health and mana regen whenever you level up, which is really nice for early game. Maybe that'll be what gets replaced as for Pendant of Confinement, so you can last a little bit longer in lane. Just pick up the Brightstone Gem first for 400. We'll see. We knew that these two items were going to get nerfed. I thought some other items were going to get nerfed as well, but apparently not. Mana Black Hole, magical damage decreased. Before it was 20%, now it's 15%. So, Mana Black Hole was nerfed a little bit. I didn't think this one was that big of a problem. I don't really know what Mana Black Hole is, to tell you the absolute truth. I don't really dig around with that one. Okay, now, here we go. All the casters have been, I guess you could say, nerfed, more changed than nerfed. Their early game has been nerfed, their late game has been buffed. So casters are going to hit, they're not going to hit as hard early game, but late game, they're going to be crushing people. So what they did was they changed the base damage of a lot of the caster abilities while increasing the the scaling on it. So as you can see, Gideon, his meteor has been dropped significantly, but the coefficient has gone up from 0.8 to 0.95, and they've all been, it's all about the same. So the phase RMB, that's going to hit for a hell of a lot less. Every caster is going to hit a little less hard early and much harder later game. So with this change, I'm a little weirded out by this change, because what I think is going to happen, and I was talking to Soul Reaper about this earlier, I think this is going to bring back the mid lane ADC meta. Because right now, somebody tries to take ADC mid lane, you just crush them if you're a mage. If you know what you're doing, you just crush them, because you have way more lane clear, way more damage. You just push their wave up, and then you start dropping whatever your kit is on top of their heads, and you push them out, you kill them, whatever. It's going to be a lot harder to do that now. Early game mages are going to be a little weak. But yeah, Red Clown is right. This also discourages the early game rotations. So everything about this patch is kind of about discouraging those rotations. So you're not going to have Faye rotating over and just deleting the ADC. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder for her to do that now. Late game though, if Faye gets a big ultimate on that back line, she's probably going to wreck him even harder than she does now. So, like I said, not really a nerf, more of a change, and this is to all the casters, all of them. Now, one thing I did want to call attention to, and you see, it's all the casters' damaging abilities. So Countess, I think, received the least amount of the nerfs. So I think Countess has been, I caught her in a video, the weakest hero in Overprime right now. I 100% believe she was. I'm thinking maybe after this patch, Countess won't be so bad. They made some other changes that I think are going to affect Countess that are going to be very positive. So maybe we'll see Countess coming back into the meta and just being doing what she do. Because if, like, her early game, you know that Countess isn't going to be that rough early game, but if her scaling is going to be going up, then late game, she might actually be able to eat through a Fanatic's Dessert Shield or something like that. I think she's going to be dropping her kit and deleting people late game. So I think this is actually a bit of a buff to Countess more than a nerf. And her early game wave clear isn't going to be that bad. So maybe Countess is going to come back in this meta. I'm not really upset with the Countess nerfs, no. I think it's actually a little bit of a buff to her. Hero balance changes. Excuse me. Xena, leap through time. This is her dash. The fully charged damage increment adjusted. Before it was 50%, now it's 30%. The reason they did that, the skill at level 2 had a high damage output that could kill a Tion instantly, and it enabled the hero to clear the lane notably faster than other heroes. Yes. If you took Xena solo lane, you could just delete the enemy, the enemy's wave, and then they're fighting you and your wave, so, and your minion wave. So it made her very rough to go up against in solo lane. I guess you could probably take her mid lane or two, something like that. I don't know. This will nerf her her jungle viability a little bit, and it'll also nerf her solo lane viability. I don't think I mean, I know a lot of people get this is going to piss some people off. I don't think Xena's that strong. I think she's good. She's not bad, but she's like kind of middle of the pack. So I don't know if nerfing her was going to be is a great idea. I think we're going to be seeing a lot less Xenas. Okay, and then 5 stars. Her ultimate, the base damage adjusted. It's just been brought down a little bit. The skill was used to avoid an enemy's attack in critical moments, and was also used to deal great damage to an enemy target. Since the skill is capable of doing both, the damage has been adjusted. 100% agree with that. Her ultimate is the best part of her kit. It shreds tanks, and she's just completely immune during the entire thing. So if you ult her with like a Faye or something, you can't follow up on the damage because she's just going to ult somebody and just immune all that damage. And I don't know how many times I've dashed in on her with Countess, and she immediately ults, and then I'll waste my ult. This is nice. It's not going to deal that much less damage, but it is kind of bullshit that she gets both invulnerability and a huge amount of damage out of her ultimate. So, good change, I guess. But again, I don't think that Xena was overly strong, and this is going to bring her from middle of the pack to about low to mid pack in my mind. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. Muriel getting some nerfs, and I think they're much needed, much warranted nerfs. Muriel is vastly underestimated in Overprime, and I don't know why. Until you get up to when I watch some of the guys playing like Diamond and stuff, like everybody's either picking or banning Muriel. It's because she's fucking good. So Glowing Light, her E skill, this is her shield, the shield that goes on the ground, the big globe. It's just been nerfed all around, both the base and the power scaling on it, so it won't be shielding as hard as it used to. Her R&B skill, the shield amount adjusted, again, just nerfed across the board. It's not a huge, like, major fucking nerf, but any kind of nerf to Muriel right now is probably greatly appreciated. It is damn near impossible to kill a team late game if they have a good Muriel. She's just whipping out shields, throwing them out like candy at a parade, and you get a shield, everybody gets a shield, and it's damn near impossible to kill her because she can shield herself. So now her the movement speed buff duration has been adjusted for her R&B. If you didn't know, her shielding, her right mouse button shielding also gave a speed boost. So that has also been decreased. The duration of it has been decreased. So that's kind of most people don't even realize that they get a speed boost off of that. The carry just assumes that because they trusted in the heart of the cards that they're now moving faster. Rampage, Savage Heave. This is his pick up his rock and throw it. The stun duration adjusted, thank God. Before it was 2 seconds, now it is 1.5 seconds. I had a game earlier where I was killed within a Narbash, or a Rampage stun. If I would have been playing tomorrow, I would have gotten out of it. Like I had, they killed me just as the stun wore off, and I was playing Feng Mao, I could have blinked out, and I could have dashed out, I could have gotten away from that, but it's 2 seconds. Now it's 1.5 seconds. I think this is good. Rampage is a little too good right now. He gets in everybody's face. He survives forever. He's stunning people for a full 2 seconds, which is plenty enough time for everybody to kill somebody. So, oof. Good stuff. Good stuff. Murdoch, Shock Bullet. This is his knockback. The distance has been decreased by 20%. So this does knock you back a hell of a long ways. Like, it's about as long as a Shimby dash whenever you get knocked back by this shit, if you're really close to him. And then if you're jumping while he hits you with this, you're just gone. You're just fucking into next week. It knocks you back so fucking far. So I think this is a welcome adjustment. Murdoch's a little too good right now. This will still give him a bit of an escape, but like the way it was, it didn't matter where Murdoch was positioned. He could knock people back far enough so that he could get under tower before they could get back on him. Now, if he knocks you back and his tower's right here, I don't even know. I should probably bring up Photoshop or something to do this. But now, if he knocks you straight back and you run straight forward and he has to run at a diagonal to the tower, you could probably still catch him. So I like this change. Twin Blast, boost mobility. His dash distance has been decreased by 20%. Again, Twin Blast dash was way too far, especially if you jump with it again. So any kind of nerf to Twin Blast dash, I think, is welcome. Steel, Ironclad Wall, his E skill, the just throwing his shield down. The duration has been adjusted. Before it was 6 seconds, now it's 4 seconds. Steel is another problem child in the game. If you watch the stream where we tested out what his shield blocks, it was everything. It was damn near everything. As long as the shield was behind the center point of any ability, including like phase ultimate, Gideon meteors, as long as that shield was behind the center point of that, it would block the damage. So this is that's what they really need to fix. But this is a nice interim change, because late game, that shield being up for 6 seconds is very debilitating in a team fight, because you can't throw anything through it, unless you're Wraith. Wraith can, for some reason, shoot whatever the fuck he wants to through the old shield. Another change they need to make. Yeah, I need a whiteboard. That's a good idea, Bloodhunter. Revenant, the reloading speed of Mortal Shot, his R&B skill, when attack speed is 1.8, has been adjusted. Before it was 0.37 seconds, now it's 0.85 seconds. Raven actually did a video this morning, a really good video. You should check it out if you enjoy Revenant. That explained why this was. If you got to 1.8 attack speed, his reload was damn near instant. Like, you could shoot, reload, shoot again before it was just like it was non-existent if you were going to build an attack speed build. Now, again, Raven's in chat right now. Great Revenant player. Let me know, Raven, in chat, if you think this is going to affect his best build, because I don't think it affects his best build. I don't think his best build includes a whole lot of attack speed. It's mainly about getting the largest fourth hit as possible with the Revenant, and I don't think this is going to affect that too much. So overall, I think high-level Revenant players are not going to be affected. Lower-level Revenant players probably will be. FaZe, the one hero getting some buffs. Her synchronizer, this is her link. The range has been adjusted. Before it was 14, now it's 15, and the delinking range is adjusted from 16 to 17. So they kind of met halfway. It was really long in the final beta test, and then they reeled it back in for early access. Now they're kind of coming to a midway point with that. Yeah, it's just going to make FaZe a little bit better. The longer you can keep your link on somebody, the longer away that you can actually hit them with the link and then keep that link on them, the better off FaZe is. I see a lot of people playing FaZe very much incorrectly. They link and then immediately pull to them. Don't do that. Or they link and then immediately blind. Don't do that. Keep the link on somebody as long as humanly possible. When they're about to get away, that's when you pull them back in, hit them with a blind or something. So FaZe has been out of style for mid lane ever since the final beta test. Early access, you don't see a lot of FaZe mid lane. You mainly see her as support. I think this is going to bring her. This might bring her back into the mid lane beta, and which is rough, because she's hard to play against. Shinbi, Phantom Dancer, E-skill effect has been adjusted. Hallelujah. Thank God for this. Before, it increased your movement speed for no fucking reason. Now, they brought the healing back. Recovers HP in proportion to damage dealt by the E-skill. 3%, 5%, 7.5%, 10%, 12.5%, depending on the level. This is amazing. This is awesome. I've really been missing the healing on Shinbi's E. This was something that was in Paragon. They brought it out. They took it out in Paragon, the Overprime. I don't know how necessary this was. I've been dicking on people with Shinbi, like hardcore. Like, if I have a couple of bad games, I just jump on Shinbi and then demolish an enemy team just to make myself feel better. And now that I don't have to build Archon's Gospel to do that, like, I don't have to build the vamp damage anymore. I can just build straight damage instead of the vamp, or I can go a little bit tanky with a Zemia's toy or something. I don't know, man. This is definitely going to bring Shinbi just up just a little bit more. I don't think she was low to begin with, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot more Shinbi after this patch. So additional improvements, quality of life improvements to smart key settings. Improved so that smart keys can be set in the in-game escape menu. Now, this looks like it's hero specific, according to this image, which I would absolutely love. It's something I've been complaining about forever, is not having hero specific cast settings. I have to change them every time. I know everybody just tells me to just learn how to play everything on instant cast. I'm not going to do that. All right. They need to change their game. I don't need to change me. So I'm not sure if that's the way it's going to be, because it does say Wukong right there. Hopefully that's what it's going to be, is hero specific cast settings. We'll find out. We'll find out tonight. Penalty system improved. If a player quits the game due to errors, their penalties will be eased upon re-entry. Okay. I don't know how they're going to determine that, but if they can determine that, then awesome. That's just a good change. Nothing to really say there. Here's one that a lot of people have been calling for. Login Netmarble logo screen volume adjusted. I know a lot of people have been saying that has been blowing their eardrums out. Usually I don't even have my headphones on my head whenever that plays, so I don't really notice it that much. This is good. This is a welcome change for a lot of people. Is there quick? There is quick cast. You just got to go into controls and set it. There's quick cast right now, but it's not here specific, like I said. In-game English announcer improved. I don't know if they mean they improved the quality of his voice or if they improved how fast he announces stuff. Because right now, I was going to make a short out of it. Like, I got a triple kill with Shinbi, but I didn't even realize it until I'd back to base and had gone back to lane, and then it was like, triple kill! It's like, what the fuck? Like, that was 2 minutes ago, and you're just now announcing it? So, I mean, that's been a meme forever, how late the announcer is in Overprime. So maybe that's what they improved. I guess we'll find out. The hero selection time has been increased. This is probably good. I've had so many games where people didn't lock in and then just got assigned a random hero. It's going to make your early game wait a little bit longer, but I think this is beneficial overall. Theme change, Agnes of Light winter theme to the default theme. This is the absolute #1 best change in this entire goddamn patch. I am so sick of the winter map. It was so cool at first. I was like so happy for it. I loved all the sounds and all the snow on the ground and everything. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But, oh, God, I'm so sick of it right now. Jelly pointed out we've had the winter map longer than the regular map now. All of my shorts look the exact same because it's just fucking snow. Like, oh, that's just snow. Oh, God, I just don't like it. Really happy to see the winter map go away. Bring back the colors. Their map is so colorful and really beautiful, and now we'll actually be able to see that instead of just seeing snow fucking everywhere. Okay, El Draco King. Hopefully that is what they're going to be fixing. Stuff like that. Sprint mode animation improved. The Faye, FaZe, Bellica, Decker, Narbash, Countess. Hopefully they didn't take away Narbash's jumping up in the air and beating on his drums thing, because that was pretty cool. Hero status can be distinguished in the hero tab lobby. I don't know what that means. Displays if hero is owned or not. Oh, okay. So yeah. I've seen a lot of people complain about this, that if they don't own a hero, or if they do own a hero and they can't really tell the difference between the two. So that's just a good change all around. Content display and location indicator UI in the signal board chat window has been improved. So, okay. Not really sure what that means. Probably a good thing. I don't know. You forgot what the map looks like without snow. Yeah. Improved visibility of shield decrease on the health bar. Competitive mode added to custom game mode. So what this means is if you set up a custom game, you could do like draft picks now, which I think is really cool. This is going to help out. I know there's like 3 different leagues right now for Paragon the Overprime, where people try to set up competitive tournaments and stuff like that. This is just going to be great for them and make it a hell of a lot easier. You can actually have a draft phase instead of having to do it off screen and then everybody picks and then goes into the game. Jungle monster recognition reset process improved. So whenever the jungle monsters de-aggro off of you, it'll be a little more obvious now, which didn't think that was a huge problem to begin with, but I guess it was. Party invite feature added to the bottom right of friend list and main screen. So now you don't have to be in play to invite somebody to a party. You could be looking at heroes and invite somebody. Cool, I guess. Spectator system improvements. The POV spectator mode added. Select change. Spectating target function improved. Camera movement speed and spectator view feature improved. Spectator view target UI improved. So just overall improvements to the spectator mode. Sounds like they're really trying to set up for esports a little bit by having this the draft mode and custom matches and improving the spectator system so that casters can actually get in there and view the action a little bit easier. So nice changes all around. In-game hero portraits changed to default portraits. Okay, that's a good change, I guess. Graphics definition feature added to settings. So I don't have a lot to say about a lot of these changes. They're just good. It's just improving the game overall. Hero tab lobby, my hero portrait size adjusted and select status display improved. So these used to be just square. Now they're longer. Good. The Faye model was renewed. I did not expect this at all. She's got like the indignant anime face, or what she used to. Now they made her hair longer. They put some flowers in it, and they changed the color of it. I think she looks good. I think she looks good right here. I'd like to see the entire model, see what that looks like, and see if that affects her sunset skin as well. Pretty neat. That a lot of people have a lot of problems with how they've been changing like the heroes' faces and stuff. I don't care. I think a lot of them look good. I think this one looks really good. Lobby basic effects of heroes have been added to the hero tab. During the quick battle position selection phase, if a player doesn't make a selection, a random position will be selected. After 2 seconds, the player will be able to view the randomly selected position. So this has been a pretty big problem for me in quick match, is you'll have somebody that doesn't lock in their role, so you have no fucking idea what they're going to play. And so you have no idea what to pick, because like, yeah, jungle is the only thing available, but you have no idea if that guy could jungle or not, but he didn't lock in anything and he hasn't been assigned anything. So you cannot make the assumption that that dude is going to jungle. I really like this. I like that it's going to just auto assign what they are, so they know what they're doing. Even if they're not a good jungler, they can at least pick a jungler, pick the destroyer stone and go in there. I really like this change. This seems like a very small one, but it's a big one for me. Respawn inhibitor icons have been added to the minimap. I guess so you could tell what a difference between an inhib and a respawn inhib, which is a nice change because the respawn inhibitors are a hell of a lot weaker than the initial inhibs. XP gain balance has been adjusted. I do think that this is for your account leveling, not your in-game leveling, because this is just where this is in the patch notes. I mean, that depends on the league, Red Clown. It's kind of up to them. Howitzer. By the way, I'm going to have a Howitzer short soon. Whenever Howitzer jumps, he looks like Steven Seagal running. Like he's like, yeah. Bug fixes. There's some pretty big bug fixes coming here. Fix the bug that would stop heroes if shop was opened when moving. Fix the bug that would change the trajectory of a jump or cause heroes to drop when heroes with higher jump skills hit the ceiling or a wall. I've seen this happen a lot where Seraph will try to ascend and then she'll just fall. Or Aurora will try to ice wall and it'll just get interrupted. I don't know how effective this is going to be, but I guess we'll see. This wasn't a huge problem for me because I don't really play a lot of jumping heroes. But good change, good bug fix. Fix a bug that would cause the camera to display incorrectly when players were re-entering the game after being in the after death spectator mode. I've had this problem quite a bit. For me, it might be different for other people, but my camera will be way zoomed out as if I was trying to cast like a Gideon rock or something. So it's just a different FOV whenever you came back to the game, and you would have to do some weird shit to fix it. So I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed a bug that would cause the hero and skin UI icons to be not arranged by grade in the hero tab lobby. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. Fixed a bug that would cause the additional effect of the item Sweet Life to not activate when killed by a tower or a monster while in possession of the item. Okay. Fix the bug that would cause players to hear the sound of Wraith's zero flag, that's his snipe, even when not in Wraith's range. I mean, that ability has always been the loudest fucking ability in Paragon. I think they should keep it that way just for the charm of it. Fix a bug that would cause Kalari's Faded Light, her Q skill that makes her go invisible, and Fing Mao's Auspicious Spirit, his shielding, to display its effect while stealthing in a shadow bush. I think everything. I think if you take an action while in a shadow bush, then you should be revealed 100%. If you, especially if you attack from the bush, you should be revealed. So I guess they want the bushes to act that way. Whatever. Fix the bug that would affect some skills when Revenant used Abysmal Prison, his R skill. I'm hoping what this means is because like with Revenant, like he'll ult like a Gideon and you'll still be getting pulled by the Gideon, even though the Gideon is in a different realm. I know I was watching Revenant's video this morning, something I didn't know. Aurora's Ice Wall will still block Revenant, even if she's in the regular realm and he's in the Shadow Realm. So there's a lot of weird shit going on with Revenant Shadow Realm. Hopefully they fix this stuff. We'll see. Fix the bug that would cause outside summons to affect vision when Revenant used Abysmal Prison. Outside summons would be the mini Prime. Fix the bug that would cause some effects of the Prime Guardian and Prime Guardian's underling to be seen when Revenant uses Abysmal. So it's just a bunch of shit with our Revenant's ultimate. Fix the bug that would cause the effects of some items to be not applied to the Phase Forest Wind Q skill. I haven't really noticed that much because when you're on the Fae, you're just easy mode cruising, killing everybody anyway. Fix the bug that would cause Wukong to not deal bonus damage to towers when using his basic attack after equipping items that increase magical power and using New Moon, Wukong's R skill, Crescent Moon, RMB skill. So when Wukong goes into his ultimate, he deals magical damage, so I guess he just wasn't dealing damage to towers. Because you usually don't deal magical damage to towers. Fix the bug that would cause the starting location indicator effect to be stealthed when Wraith's Space Distortion E skill target moves into the Shadow Bush. I don't know what that means. Something about Wraiths, fucking back it up. Fix the bug that would cause damage to reduce when Murdoch's Commenced Bombardment E skill stance was canceled after using Enhanced Pulse Bullet, his regular basic attack on an enemy target. Fix the bug that would sometimes cause the targets of Wraith's Space Distortion E skill to fall under the map if the skill was used on a target that had used a portal. So I have seen this before. Wraith hits somebody with back it up, they go through a portal, and then when they get backed up, they're underneath the map and they die. So glad they fixed that. Fix the bug that would cause. Okay, this is the one. This is the only bug fix I was actually cared about. Fix the bug that would cause Countess's Shadow Ripple, her Q skill, and Kalari's Twilight Guide, her E skill, both of these are dashes, to move above the target. What would happen? Oh my God. What would happen was you would Q to somebody like a Narbash or something. You'd hit them with Countess and then bounce off their head. So they'd be right here. You'd be like, bing. So if you tried to hit them with your E, you were behind them and you would be throwing your E into fucking space, your Shadow Ripple. And then Kalari too, she would dash into somebody and try and use her ultimate. Well, she would have bounced off their head and her ultimate just hits absolutely nothing. So it reduced the efficacy of those heroes because you want to be able to quickly get in and deal that damage. And if you're just bouncing off targets randomly, then you never know. Because with Countess, again, you want to drop that kit before anybody can stun you. But if you shadow slip into somebody, bounce off of them, have to turn and then target them and then hit it, and then you're maybe too far away to even hit them with the right click. And it was just a pain in the ass. This is a huge bug fix. Again, I think this might be Countess's time to shine with all the other mages getting nerfed a little bit harder than her, and with her Q finally getting fixed. Might be a Countess meta, boys. Fix the bug so that the skill location is always on the ground for Steel's Unstoppable Power, Rampage's Menacing Arrival, and Kwang's Rumble. The skills can't be placed on the wall anymore. So these are ground targeted abilities where you come from above and then down into stuff. Apparently you can put them on a wall and then you just break into the wall and it would do nothing. Fix the bug where Gloves of Jealousy's additional damage wouldn't apply to monsters and Tions. So this is a good change for people that like to run magical damage. Junglers like Shinbi and Countess. This will help them out a little bit. fixed the bug where Watcher's Eye could be placed inside some structures. Hopefully that means you can't just stick it up the Prime Guardian's asshole and then wait for the enemy team to start trying to attack your ward and then activating Prime. I think that's a bit of a problem that needs to be fixed. I don't know what other structures they're talking about. Maybe there were some walls that you could stick wards in and then they put that people couldn't kill them. Pretty fucking cheesy. I don't do that kind of stuff. I do put the ward inside. I do JML wards up the Prime Guardian's asshole. Fix the bug where when the hero Howitzer dies while using the Howitzer Showtime, his ultimate, the effect would disappear or display intermittently. Okay, so I guess his ultimate would go stealth mode if he got killed while using his ultimate. Of course, all the following may be subject to change. Please see the update notices for details. So a lot of changes. Like I said, the balance changes mainly are going to change Overprime. They're going to hard punish over rotating like people do right now. And I think it's going to change the way that people play the game. I think you're going to see far more of a laning phase and people focused on actually clearing minions to get stronger rather than trying to rotate. That's a little bit of a nerf to Countess because like if you can't rotate to get kills with Countess, then some of the mid laners just push her shit in. So I don't know. We'll see. I still think I'm still hoping. I got my fingers crossed that Countess is going to shine. So what? Out of all of this stuff, what are you guys the most excited about? Out of all these changes, what are you? For me, it's that the snow map is going away. But let's look at Wukong now. So Wukong is going to be introduced tonight, and it doesn't look like they're changing him much at all. Like it looks like he's going to have the exact same fucking kit that he had in Overprime. They did a video. They put a video out with him. They showed him soloing an inhibitor with his clones. They showed him soloing the core with his clones. That was his fucking problem, man. I don't. Bitter Wolverine said it fits the definition of insanity. You know, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I know a lot of people think that because the map has changed and because movement speed has changed, that he's not going to be as much of a problem. If he can solo a core, he's always going to be a problem, man. I don't know. We'll see. The change with Kalari and Countess are your biggest ones, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, Raven, I agree. Like I thought those were going to be added after a while, not just all at once. I'm happy about it. So we'll watch this video here in a second. I don't really care about his lore. Skill info. So his left mouse button, this is just his basic attack. Just hit people with the staff. Same old Wukong. Two birds, one stone. His R&B skill extends the staff of Mihu after learning charge stance. Different landing actions and bonus effects are available depending on the stance. So strike pushes an enemy hit by the staff and stuns them for a set time, dealing physical damage. And nimble plunges the extended staff into the ground and leaps towards the direction faced. So not only are they bringing back his old abilities, they're bringing back the busted versions of it. So his push is going to have the stun attached to it. Like it's a little micro mini stun, but it's a stun nonetheless. That sucks. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I mean, this is just, they pretty much just copied his kit from Paragon. And then if you do it in his other stance, then you do the quick leap over. Now his Q skill, Cloud, if you're in the right stance, can leap by pressing the jump key while midair. I know Jelly's pissed off of this because if what's his name, Wukong can double jump, why can't Kalari? Can leap by pressing the jump key while in midair. After learning charge or change stance, different landing actions and bonus effects are available depending on the stance. So for his strike stance, strikes the enemy with the staff upon landing, slowing them for a set time and dealing physical damage. So this is just where his staff gets real big and he plunges it into the ground. And then for nimble, he can walk on the air while leaping, increasing his movement speed for a set time. And this isn't just a straight line. You can like curve it. Like you can walk wherever the hell you want to. while you're using this, and it gets you get increased movement speed. So the combo a lot of times was to leap up in the air and then use this to run. So yeah, again, just the same abilities that we recognize from Paragon. And change stance is E skill. You can swap between the strike and nimble stances. Different. So his E is just you get the stance change. And passive, chance to leave Mihu's mark on all minions or normal monsters on the battlefield. I think a lot of people forgot about this. Mihu's mark is continuously applied to all created monsters. So, Mihu's mark, what that is, if you're in strike stance, there's a mark that goes on a minion, and if you kill it, you get extra gold. If you're in his what do they call it, nimble stance, then it gives you health back. So this is something that people forgot about, is that Fingmao could farm, or not Fingmao, Wukong could farm a little harder than other people as long as he was getting that mark. So if you level it up, you're going to get more gold. Crazy. So his ultimate, they're calling it 100 million lights instead of 84,000 hairs. A successful basic attack summons a clone. The clone stays in the summoned area and deals physical damage based on Wukong's physical power per attack. The clone disappears after a set duration. Wukong's clone has a base attack speed of 1, which increases by 0.7 every time the skill level increases. So his staff, his clones deal physical damage, which means they deal damage to towers. That's the problem, man. He's going to be shredding through objectives. He's going to be shredding through towers. He's going to be a problem. Now, one thing about Paragon is your crit, your lifesteal, everything applied on hit from your clones. It seems like, and your attack speed as well. Seems like now just attack speed is going to be good because you're going to be able to spawn more clones. And this is a passive. Remember that his R skill, I mean, I'm guessing they don't really say in here, but it was a passive in Paragon, and they've kept everything else the exact same. So I assume it's just going to be a passive. Once you hit 6, you're just going to be spawning a bunch of fucking clones that deal a bunch of extra damage. It doesn't look like his ult is going to gain crit and stuff like it did back in Paragon days. So let's take a look at this video. Oh shit. All right, so there we go. Yeah, his sprint animation riding a cloud, I think that's really cool. I think that might just be with the skin. I'm not sure what his I'm not sure how much it's going to cost or anything like that. Seems like he's going to be a really good solo laner, or he's going to be a really good solo laner, or a really good jungler. I'm very concerned about it. That they didn't really show it in that video, but they showed it in another video today, him just soloing objectives and soloing towers and soloing core. If that's the way it is, then it's going to be rough. But yeah, that is going to about wrap it up, guys. Let me know, you know, if you guys stay up, let me know. I'm definitely going to be staying up until after the patch to play. Hopefully we can get some people going, a 5 stack going, so that we can actually get Wukong without people complaining and dodging and stuff like that. I'll probably take him in the jungle. I've been jungling a lot lately, but yeah, Wukong, just him not having any changes scares me. It fucking scares me. But we'll see how it works out. Maybe because of the way the map is designed. Maybe because the way there's sprint mode in Overprime, it won't be that bad. Maybe it'll be great. But God, hey Dapper Dice, how you doing, man? But yeah, I'm a little concerned about it. But anyway, this is going to they are bringing back Richter. He's going to be April, I think, is when he's coming back. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everybody coming out and watching this stream. And hit me up in game. I'm just Mangoose in game, and I'll play with pretty much anybody as long as you don't say crazy stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll catch you guys later.